Mogadishu's Lido beach is a sign of Somalia's growing sense of optimism. At its cafes with shaded tables sit clients mainly made of Mogadishu's wealthier elite, sipping expensive coffee. But these days they are having to pay more for their food and drinks. The government has just introduced a 5% sales tax for the first time in almost 30 years. Many are unhappy.
I just paid $3 of tax, yet I don't trust this government. They have mismanaged revenue from other sources, including donor funds. This tax would not be different.
The reaction of Somali traders to the tax has been more dramatic. Shops and stalls in Mogadishu's sprawling Bakara market, which is a lifeline for the city and surrounding areas, remain closed for days. The traders were particularly angered by the government's insistence that they pay the value-added tax upfront.
We had meetings with the Prime Minister and his Finance Minister to voice our complaints. The meetings was inconclusive. We then decided to shut our businesses in protest.
Businesses have since reopened, signaling a first round of victory for the government.
We explained that there was no going back on this tax and that it must be paid for the sake of the nation of Somalia. People relented, and now more and more people are stepping forward to register for taxation.
Government officials say revenue from taxes will be distributed across the regions of the country to fund healthcare, education, infrastructure, and security. Tax collection is also a key condition for debt relief for Somalia from the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. Somalia owes around $4 billion, most of it interest and penalties on nearly 3-decade-old loans made to the former military government, whose overthrow in 1991 plunged the country into years of lawlessness. That debt makes it almost impossible for Mogadishu to access money from international organizations like the IMF, forcing it to rely almost entirely on aid for its budget. With some semblance of taxation now in place, there is optimism that Somalia might have embarked on the road to self-reliance. But in taxing a nation that has seen little official levies in almost 3 decades, officials admit they're facing a daunting task. Mohammed, Adow, Jazeera, Mogadishu.